Can we delay our tomorrows? Get wasted off relating nostalgia. And when we kiss, it's like we're back in the car in high school with some weed and a package of condoms. You can use me. I can be a rewind. If you could be mine, like a fiend and a pinch to the sinus. If you powdered the past, it'd be a hit overnight. All right. I'm torn up and shown up.
All right, everybody, if you clicked on this video without looking at the title, this is Llama Party, episode 2. Welcome.
What? What even? All right.
I thought that'd be a good intro.
Well, yeah. All right.
Oh,
whatever.
Buddha fell.
Buddha fell. We have a little Buddha statue here, and it fell on the ground. All right. Well, yeah. Hello. Welcome to episode 2 of Llama Party. If you listened to last week's podcast, then thank you and welcome back. And you should just keep listening.
You should know who we are by now, then. But we actually came up with something kind of cool to talk about today, right?
Yeah, so as we said in the last podcast, we tried kind of doing YouTube for a little bit.
Well, you could be also listening to this on our YouTube channel, so you guys might know.
Yeah,
other people may not.
Well, so we were just talking about some of the videos that we made in our time, and we were like, that'd be something fun to talk about.
Well, there's one video specifically that we thought about talking about.
Yeah.
It's the one with our highest views, which is kind of low for most people, 105. So far.
Yeah.
On this day, which is, what's today?
January 23rd.
January 23rd. So on January 23rd, it's had 105 views.
Which, I guess we could just go through the entire history of Llama Bandit, though. Because on this channel, it's that video. On our old channel, it's Big Bumpin'. It's Big...
True.
Big Bumpin'.
And Big Bumpin'
has got like 160 views. Which
I feel like it's got more than that.
I'm pretty sure, but, well, alright, whatever. So, yeah,
So you want to start with just talking about...
I guess we'll just start from the beginning of it, the whole YouTube venture.
Okay, so
once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away, there was this bitch named Ian, and...
this other bitch named Austin.
Well, kind of. My name is actually, no. Well, Ian and I had been wanting to do YouTube forever, and
right.
Him and our buddy Elliot were going to start a YouTube channel themselves, and I just kind of hopped in on that.
Well, so I brought to Austin the idea of so me and Elliot were going to do YouTube. We actually built a whole studio in my house, and we were ready to go. And before we built the studio, I brought it to Austin saying, hey, you want to do this? Because me and Austin have good chemistry. If you guys haven't ever noticed, or if you watch the other videos, you can see that. But so I thought, we would have really good chemistry. We're really funny together usually. And so I came up with the idea, hey, why don't we bring him along too? And Elliot was cool with it. And so I go and I talk to Austin, and he's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I was all about work at the time, making the big bucks, but that kind of changed.
So then I got him excited when we built the studio.
Yeah.
And he was ready to go.
Yeah, so then I actually think there's only 3 videos that have Elliot in them on the old YouTube channel, which is also, it was originally called Your Dead Friends, but we changed it to Llama Bandit.
We had t-shirts and everything.
Yeah, they made t-shirts, and I think there was a hat. Wasn't there a hat?
Yes, there was a beanie. There was a beanie.
There's a beanie. But yeah, so they put out the first video of him and Elliot playing APB Reloaded.
Yes, which is
I remember.
Awful game.
And so I was just, I wanted in on that. I wanted in on that good shit. So, from there, I told Ian, let's do a video. But me and Ian work in a more outlandish way. So we did Big Bumpin'
Yes.
A Burger King game.
The Burger King game, big bumpin'.
It's about basically it's bumper cars.
It's really hard to
It's-
explain the game.
It's just bumper cars in many
Yeah.
different settings.
Bumper
and
cars in like a deathmatch way, bumper cars in like a almost racy way,
It's
bumper
weird.
cars in many different ways.
all the different bumper cars.
All the different kinds of bumper car games that you can ever imagine
Yeah. So
in one game.
yeah, we did that, and I can't say it blew up, but like I said,
It blew up for us.
It was our highest rate or highest viewed video.
Yeah.
Somehow, I guess there's a big audience out there that enjoys watching Burger King gameplay videos.
Let's say this. There's a wide audience out there who knows us and enjoys our comedy. And then there's a wide audience out there for Burger King. Mix those two together.
And then you get 160 views on a Burger King video game, baby! All right.
Which, it was shit editing too, because that's when I was first learning how to edit. See, I always edited all the videos, and it was very badly edited.
Basically how the operations worked was we would record the game and the stuff. Ian would edit it, and I would just kind of sit behind him and bark orders at him to do certain things, and that's kind of how it went down. But from there, we kind of took the channel and made it our own.
Well, see, let's get a little bit into deep waters. If Elliot's listening, I don't know how he's gonna like how I put anything. So Elliot kind of slowly stopped keeping in contact.
Yeah.
He wouldn't say, hey, I want to make this video, hey, I want to do this. He never really hung out or anything.
Meanwhile, your boy over here, I was all about it. I was all about it, and I was ready to go. I wanted to make videos all the time, which is kind of ironic because we're not doing it anymore that much.
Austin sending me texts saying, hey, I got this idea. Austin sending me these texts saying, hey, when are you working again? Austin's sending me a whole bunch of different texts all about when are we making a new video. And that excited me. Elliot's not really saying anything. I kind of asked Elliot a couple times, hey, do you want to work with this video? Oh, I don't really feel like it, blah, blah, blah.
And there was a video where, I mean, that's kind of the story of it, almost, because hot plate cooking was going to be just you and I. That hot plate cooking video.
It was our idea.
It was just us, and then Elliot randomly wanted to hang out, which we were like,
Elliot at the last minute, too.
Yeah, at the last minute. And we were like, sure, come along. And we already have this idea. And he didn't really want to be on camera.
Even though he
a weird
got on
thing.
camera?
But he got on camera a couple times.
Right.
And that was the last video he was in.
Right.
That was the very last video.
And then there was a video. What was the video after that was like almost the change?
I think it was A Day in the Life.
It was.
WEBN Fireworks.
A Day in the Life WEBN Fireworks.
It's entitled, I think, A Day in the Life Fireworks and Gorillas.
Right.
Which that one did pretty well too. I think that one was the second after Burger King, which we re-uploaded on the new channel and got no views.
It was a great editing. I'd say for myself, it was really good editing, really good camera work from our camera woman at the time, who only did that one video.
Yeah. I don't know how well you can use the term camera woman for that, but
and then it was just really great, and you could see by the thumbnail because it was wild, it was stupid. It was a Snapchat.
It was just the face swaps with mine and Ian's face, and it looked just
hilarious.
It was totally crazy and out of this world. And what we had been doing with the thumbnails at the time is we had a logo that I don't know if it was you or Elliot. You wanted to have the logo in every single thumbnail.
Right.
And
it was both me and Elliot thought that was a cool idea.
And
I got tired of it.
For me, I thought it looked like I always said it looked like a frat symbol. And
one part of it did.
Yeah.
Which is still on the wall in the studio.
Oh, that's right.
Right now.
That's right. But
because it was spray painted on.
Yeah. So, and I told Ian, I was like, this is a completely different video. This is it was basically just a vlog of mine and Ian's day on Memorial Day? No, Labor Day. Labor Day is the WEBN fireworks around here. Day. And Yeah.
in
So
the Cincinnati
and it's just,
tri-state area.
yeah, it's crazy day and shit, and so it was just different. And I convinced Ian. I was like, let's change this up. You know, let's drop this shit. Like, you
Yeah.
know,
And we were, and to be honest, you know, me and Elliot are on good terms and everything now, but at the moment we were getting kind of irritated at the fact that, you know, he didn't really want to do many videos anymore. He just kind of dropped everybody. And so we were kind of like, you know what, screw this. You and me, we're going to make this channel bigger, better, and more outrageous.
Yeah, which
It did.
It worked for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then basically what happened from there, we posted a couple more videos. The Emily Wants to Play at 2 episodes. The second one mainly.
Oh my God.
It's called Trap Queen.
Trap Queen.
I think it's just called Trap Queen.
With
and
a very...
This is the pinnacle of Ian's editing.
Yeah.
This is like the best it gets. It was just so crazy, and it was a lot of fun, and
really hard to edit too.
Yeah. And
but I had so much fun editing it as well.
I think it's probably still my favorite video.
I think that and on our new channel, Booberry Protection, are 2 of my favorite videos we've ever made.
Yeah, probably.
Well, gaming videos.
Gaming videos, yeah, definitely.
Clown Chasers, which we'll get into later, is probably one of our most favorite videos we've ever created.
And I think the last video we put on there was that last Emily Wants to Play. And then there was some stuff that happened with the channel. It was a mix-up of... it was just a mix-up of passwords. And if you've watched our videos, we made an entire video dedicated to that called Dear Google and their fucked up system of trying to recover passwords. So basically, Elliot was trying to take the channel that we were still building, which, you know, I can understand because he kind of, you know...
It was kind of co-owned by me and Elliot.
By Ian and Elliot, but me and Ian were the ones using it and building it, and he just kind of he wanted to come in and take the channel that we were already still using,
which
for himself.
Yeah,
which that sounds bad.
And
but...
well, what I settled with him on was you can take the email, but you can't take the channel. So we were trying to separate the email from the channel at the moment, which was a confusing situation.
Well, no, what happened was they had already taken the email, and you guys like changed the passwords at the same time, was what I remember.
Well, what I did was I changed the password a little bit before because I didn't want him, because I was afraid of him getting too angry and wanting to just delete the whole channel without telling me. So I changed the password so he could not get in. And I tried to get back in to help him fix up, take the email and put it onto a new Your Dead Friends channel because he wanted to keep the name.
I didn't realize that. That's just silly. That don't work like that.
Well, what I was gonna do was at least delete it from the address bar because it was like, hey, if you want to send us anything, here's our email. And so I wanted to at least take that out so he could use that and it wouldn't be stuck on our channel.
Yeah.
And so when I tried to go and do that, I could not get into the email. Later on, finding out that his girlfriend now. It used to be kind of a friend who was trying to kind of work on our social media. If I'm going to be a little bit rude, didn't really do any of that.
No, didn't do any.
Didn't really do any social media.
Honest.
And so she supposedly went in and changed the password herself. I don't know how she did it, but she did that, and I could not get in, and she couldn't remember her password. And so we were stuck in this weird battle of trying to get in, and therefore try to work with Google, you and me both.
Oh my God, yeah, it was terrible. It was
Google.
Yeah, we
is a horrible company with customer service.
God, yeah. Don't if you lose your email or whatever, you're screwed. There's no getting it back. I talked to so many different people, and as I said, we made an entire video entitled Dear Google, which
is a open letter to Google
just saying fuck you.
just saying fuck you and you need to fix yourself.
Yeah.
Because here's my thing with Google, okay? Here's my thing. Google is everything's connected through your Gmail. Yet they cannot help you recover your Gmail.
Yeah, it makes no sense. You can't talk to an actual human being either.
Your Play Store, your YouTube, your Google Docs, your Google Slides, everything is connected.
Yeah, it's kind of just a giant clusterfuck what they got going on.
Yeah, yet they cannot fucking help you get any of that
nothing.
back.
They don't have actual people to help you.
Right.
And if you somehow magically find someone, they just tell you to even the automated voice machines, they just tell you to go to the website and look at it, which we did. It's impossible.
And it doesn't tell you anything. It does not tell you any way to help you.
We spent probably a good 5 hours trying to get that email back, and we were just so defeated, and we were like, all right, well, we just got to make a new channel. And kind of from there is when we started to...
I guess we started to
lose more interest in making it
because our channel was already growing.
Yeah, we were at 41 subscribers, I believe.
Yeah,
was where we were at, which obviously is not a whole lot, but from starting off, that was a decent launch pad. And
if you look at like a line graph, we were kind of like in the middle of getting subscribers. We were in the hump. We were in that hump. And we got cut off right in the middle of the hump.
Yeah.
And you can't tell people to go and resub to another channel when you're a small channel. Nobody gives a fuck enough.
Yeah, it's difficult. So we made the new channel, and the first video on that new channel was the Outlast 2 demo, which was pretty good.
Yes.
Blueberry Protection Outlast 2 demo
was amazing video in my opinion.
It was pretty good, and then from there,
we did a re-upload of the
Day in the Life.
A Day in the Life, the first one of just you and me.
Yeah.
And then from there,
I think I think that was Clown Chasers after.
No, there was Dear Google.
No, that was Dear Google was after that.
Yeah, because I was actually just looking at it before we started this podcast, this episode, and then after that, just kept on going, and our last video, the most recent one on this channel, yes,
it is our Christmas special.
The Christmas special,
which
isn't too bad.
I mean, it was just kind of a video that we just put, honestly,
I would say it was somewhat slapped together.
We just kind of slapped it together because we felt like we needed to just put something out there.
Right.
And, but I guess we'll kind of do this in chronological order. So yeah, from there we had the Dear Google, and then I get after that was Clown Chasers.
Clown Chasers, yes.
Okay, so Clown Chasers.
In our prime of this new channel is those two videos. I
guess as soon as we started, we kind of had. I mean, we were feeling a little more lazy, but we still had hope for the channel.
Yeah.
So we had this idea because this was when the clown epidemic was going on.
Right.
This was when clowns were everywhere.
October 2016.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So yeah, there was clowns everywhere and people were freaking out. So we, my partner Ian and I, my new recruit, in the video, we made a video, where it was basically.
Okay, so so here, I'll move along. So what happened was, we see this clown epidemic, and we felt that we had a chance to kind of get in with the trend that was going on YouTube at the moment.
Yeah, because if we thought if we posted this, and granted, I thought it was pretty damn funny, and if it blew up, that with the clown epidemic going on, then like we would be set.
Right. Then we would at least get more subscribers than we had.
Yeah.
And it did gain us some subscribers.
Yeah, but also unfortunately, this happened right as the clown epidemic started going out too. We
were trying to find a time and a way and a cameraman, and we both work, so it was almost hard to find a schedule that worked with everybody. And the schedule that worked was right at the end.
Yeah.
And that was the worst part.
Yeah. So basically, me and Ian get together. We have all these wild ideas for doing this clown chasers thing, basically like a recruitment, like military.
Yeah.
It was going to be stupid,
And
obviously.
we settled on the idea of a parody of Cops.
Basically, is what it was.
Yeah.
And all these
And-
ideas we had when it came time to recording it, they just flew right out the damn window.
Oh, they did.
And
Cops became more Reno 911.
Yeah, yeah, actually,
It did.
So, yeah, sorry. So when the camera was on, everything you see in that video, for the most part, like what we're saying, is made up on the fly,
completely Borat.
and it's kind. I mean, not to toot our own horn here, but it's kind of amazing, because
it got a lot more views than a lot of stuff on the channel.
on the new channel,
So-
yeah, and so, yeah, that was basically it.
So
for
we
Clown
ended up.
Chasers.
We tried to get our camera woman from the
Fireworks and
from the
Gorillas.
Fireworks and Gorillas video, but it seemed like her schedule did not work at all with ours. So I ended up grabbing a guy that, when I used to work in this record store, I knew from school and everything, and he would come in all the time. And so I asked him, I'm like, hey, I know that you want to do YouTube. Why don't I kind of show you a little bit of the ropes by you kind of filming with us? And he was set, so we went up and we grabbed him to do the video. We went around Newport, Cincinnati, and he was pretty good. There was a couple issues, like trying to get him working with the camera. I understood he was new to it and everything, but there's a couple issues. But we had a whole new camera and everything that shot in 4K. It was an amazing, it was amazing to run around, talk to these people.
We ran around Newport,
On the levee,
Kentucky,
yeah.
which is a scary place to run around, given the circumstances that me and Ian were in booty shorts.
We were in booty shorts. I was in camo. He was in orange.
Yeah, I was wearing some hat.
A safari hat.
We both had clown chasers written on our shirt. Sloppily. And we're going through all these people, and what are the expected reaction is.
A lot of people just kind of walked away.
Yeah,
They didn't
a lot
even
of
say
people.
anything.
There's a lot of people that didn't know what to do. Because
Yeah.
what do you do in that sort of instance?
You just keep
You
on
just
walking.
keep on walking. So, yeah, it was just crazy. That and like he said, that was kind of the pinnacle of this new channel.
Yeah.
And then we thought we had something really good here, and it did do well. Now it has 105 views, but it took a while for it to get there, and I
True.
think that kind of crushed our spirit. We were like, well, this is a good video.
Yeah, it was a really good
nothing's
video.
happening.
Yeah.
And we just weren't getting views, so we
slowly just started to kind of get more lazy.
yeah.
I didn't want to edit so much because it is a very long process to edit.
Yeah.
Like
And
anybody who hasn't edited, it's insanely hard to really, because you got to sit down on a computer. Usually for me, I do it
it's
a whole
lot
day.
of click and drag bullshit, and
Click and drag, and it takes
a lot of attention to detail.
yeah. And so like I love it, but it's so exhausting, I guess is the best word for it. So yeah, that kind
Yeah.
of slowly
And then-
crushed our spirits.
Yeah, because then I think after that, the video we made was just the Louisville trip, which was kind of just a fun. It was. I mean, it wasn't necessarily anything special.
No.
So me and Ian.
I had fun editing that, though.
We're seniors in high school, and we were going down to a trip, a college visit to the University of Louisville.
U of L.
Um,
Go Cardinal.
So we're down there, and we were just kind of defeated. It was a long day. To be quite honest, the people that gave us the tour weren't that great. So
Kind of douchebags.
Yeah.
Honestly, I did not like them.
so we were kind of like, man, fuck this place.
It was too expensive.
But-
it was too expensive. It had so much just kind of like, you go around there like, look at this movie theater, and I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
paying for a movie theater.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, you only got to pay $1. I don't care.
It was. I mean, it is a city university,
Yeah.
so I mean, it's kind of understood, but it was more just, here's a thing, here's another thing, here's some art. Can you guess what this is? And then nobody could guess what it is. It's like, well, that's a dinosaur. And it's like, no, it's not. That is just...
I remember that.
That's just metal scraped together. Fuck you. You can't tell me that's a dinosaur.
Well, yeah, if you look at it from this view, it totally is. No, it fucking isn't.
Isn't it? I mean, that's kind of how art works.
Yeah, abstract
You know.
bullshit.
But, yeah, so we went to go get some food. And I honestly hated that city at first. Because every place... It was 5 o'clock p.m. and we just wanted some food. And I also had to take a shit.
If you watch the video, you actually watch him trying to take a shit.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
He's
not sitting on the toilet,
no,
but he's trying to get
to a place that's open to let me take a poop. So, it's 5 o'clock p.m. How many restaurants close at 5 p.m.? Especially, I mean, I don't know. We don't really live in a city, but especially in the city, I feel like restaurants are open quite... normal like 9, 10.
Well, it seems in Louisville, it's different.
So all these restaurants are closed.
A whole block, not even just like...
Yeah, it was seriously a whole block.
It was a whole
block. And then
block.
I found a place that like was open, and I was like, I gotta poop. And they were like, sorry, we don't have public restrooms. And I was like, I hate you.
He about cussed them out. I'm not even joking.
Well, I mean, I ran in there, and there was an obvious desperation in my face at how badly I had to take the shit, dude. And they were just like, nope, get out of here. And I was like, So I think like two more stores down, we finally found a Japanese restaurant.
Yeah.
And
I feel like I still remember the name. It was like Suko Japan.
I don't know.
Watch the video, you'll know.
But yeah. So, and then the dude was like, yeah, you can shit here. I was like, thanks.
He's a bro.
So I pooped there, and we ate there because he let me poop there.
And I wanted Japanese anyways. And yeah, I felt like I had to give this guy something.
Yeah.
For being such a bro.
So, yeah, we sat down there and we ate, and we were like, let's just get the ever-living hell out of this damn city.
Yeah.
And then we were walking back to my car, and we see all these lights.
And music.
Beautiful
music just emitting from the air.
Yeah, and we look down this street, and it's called, like, 4th Street Live. It's all these cool, like, clubs. It was like clubs, restaurants.
Not only is it that.
Bars and stuff.
But the streets had a glass roof. What street has a glass roof? I've never heard of this. It was amazing.
I think there's quite a bit of cities that do, but it was still freaking cool.
Whatever.
So we were walking down there.
Fuck you.
And so we were walking down there, and when we get to the end of it, we see...
We're already amazed.
Yeah,
just
we're
FYI.
like, wow, this is kind of cool.
Bright lights. It looked like Brothel Street in like Saints Row when you go down Saints Row, like, and you see that whole brothel of street, like that, all the street lights. That was this street.
A brothel of street.
A brothel of street.
Anyway, so we get to the end, and there's kind of all these people, and there's tents, I guess, that were set up just in the middle of the street, and we're like, what the hell's going on here? It was actually a Cinco de Mayo celebration, which ended up being hella rad, and I just remembered my candle that I bought from there.
Oh,
I totally forgot about the candle that I bought from there.
Here's a story.
I mean, okay, so yeah, we hung around there for a while, and
first it was kind of like it was not very populated, not many people.
Yeah.
It was daylight still. The darker it got, the more
people
Mexicans came.
Yeah.
I'm playing. There's a lot more than just Mexicans.
Yeah. Somebody actually wrote in chalk Trump 2K16.
Oh my god, that was great.
On the street. But so, there's all these tents that are up and of kind of small town businesses that are, I guess promoting themselves there. So there's this one, and I don't know.
Let me explain this part.
I guess I can let you explain
because he didn't know what was going on this whole time. So we were walking, and there's this tent. And so if you go to a Renaissance festival or anything like that, which of course, yes, this was not a Renaissance festival, But if you go to one, you usually see like a tent or a little building or something with a lot of different leather apparel. And when you go and you see this, that's what we see. We see kind of this leather apparel, and we decide, hey, let's go look in there. That must kind of be kind of like a Renaissance fair thing. And so we're both looking around. We kind of spread off and look around the store. I find, a jewelry area, and I'm like, all right, that's cool. I want a necklace or something. And I see a vagina necklace, a dick necklace, a pelvis of a human body necklace.
All things that I was in there and I didn't see. And keep in mind, me and Ian were in this place together.
Mm-hmm.
So they thought we were buying kinky sex toys for each other.
Yeah, so we end up looking at this other area where there's a whole bunch of candles. And Austin has a girlfriend, which he cares very much about. And he's like, I'm going to buy her a candle. And so he's looking at these candles, and the guy, he also didn't notice that this guy is,
he's old and he's wearing a choker, first of all.
There's a certain movie that, like, reminds me of him. Oh, All Dogs Go to Heaven. The little helper guy.
I never saw that.
Okay, you gotta see it. Like, the mobster, his helper, this guy looked like the human version of his helper. Skinhead looking dude with a dog collar, and like it was obvious that this was a sex store at this point.
Yeah, and all the meanwhile,
there's whips and stuff too. I didn't even say that.
I had no clue whatsoever of any of these things that were going on.
And I thought he did. So I'm sitting there kind of going, all right, I guess he still is cool with getting these candles. The guy even demonstrates that you can pour it on the skin and it won't hurt the skin.
Yeah, for
that's
that
just
whole
a
fetish.
blatant.
For that whole fetish.
Blatant.
I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was thinking that it was a sort of waxing thing.
Yeah.
To get your skin smooth, because your skin was smooth after it.
My skin was pretty smooth. I went with it. I was like, I'll try something new. So I allowed the guy to pour it on me, and then give me a little smooch.
And then there was like a janitor. There was like a janitor or something that was working it.
Yeah,
and he comes in and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get this for my wife," and I'm like, "Yeah, bud, you're a nice guy."
Yeah, and he's like, the guy pours it on him too, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this for my wife, and he still doesn't get it. Austin still doesn't get it,
which is weird because I'm very vulgar and all that fun stuff, and so I get things pretty easily. I'm not really naive whatsoever, but I don't know what was happening on this day. I was so just not there. I don't know. And I did not notice any of these things. So I bought a candle that was meant for the kink of pouring wax on each other, not realizing that's what it was. And I didn't find out until the car ride home.
Which is where I explained to him, because I still thought he did, and I was like, I just can't believe you got this for your girlfriend. And he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, this is what it is. And I show him the label too. And the label was like Kiki's Kinks or something like that.
Some wild shit like that.
And he still didn't know. And so yeah, that was great. That was great. I think you didn't notice because you just really wanted to get something for Natalie.
Maybe, I don't know. But anyway,
he cared that much.
There's that story. So basically with the rest of the Louisville trip, we left from there because we found out from a girl that was working it. There was a free art museum 24/7 that you could go to.
Yes.
And we went to it, and like it was so cool. And
free. It was in a hotel, but it was amazing.
At night just seems so chill.
If you ever get the chance, go to Johnny Depp and Muhammad Ali's birthplace.
Louisville, Kentucky, baby.
Kentucky. It's a beautiful city with a lot of different food in distilleries and everything now. Oh my God, beautiful at night.
Anyway, so that's basically the Louisville trip. Yeah, so from there, even that took a while because we were still talking about YouTube. You got
table's falling apart.
Desk. Even from that was a short video, and it still took you a while to edit it just because you hadn't I mean, I didn't care. You didn't care.
Yeah.
We were just like, what is this?
And then when I did edit it, I tried to do a lot of new tricks with it too. Like there are certain like statues that like Austin kind of jokingly talked to, and so I tried to edit in subtitles with them talking to him. A mannequin, we'll talk about him later, that we have called Jefferson.
Jefferson.
We had him in the back seat that we showed a couple times, and I had him trying to have his own character in the video and everything. So yeah, it was a lot of stuff that just like took a little bit, and also I really didn't really care to make it. It was
Yeah, and then from there, if you go to the channel and see, there's the book Shakespeare's
Macbeth.
play Macbeth. Um, Ian had a little thing for a school assignment that he made a video for,
And I thought,
and
why not upload it?
yeah. So it's on there, but
I think
there's
it's
not really a story to it.
Well, I mean, except
it's
Macbeth.
well, I meant
You
like a
idiot.
story behind it. You fucking
Oh.
asshole.
Well, I mean, that was kind of a fun. It was
Yeah.
really cold out. We had to
Oh.
put chainmail on a guy, and his hair got locked in it.
Yeah.
I actually had to use actual swords to like.
It was kind of scary.
Yeah.
I thought Ian might die.
Well, I cut up my hand a little bit while doing it, but like
Yeah.
we used actual swords and daggers in it, and actually swung them at each other. I didn't have any chainmail on. He did, so he had a little bit of protection. I didn't, but
yeah. It was a long, cold morning.
yeah, long.
Not to mention the night before, but we.
Yeah.
So.
And after that.
Yeah. Okay.
Little wink, wink, guys.
But that sounds like we had sex though.
Well, now they know that we didn't.
All right. So yeah, there is a large gap. I think Macbeth came. Yeah. Well, okay. I guess we won't consider Macbeth as part of like the YouTube channel.
It's kind of a random video.
Yeah. So the Louisville trip was uploaded in maybe mid-November. We didn't really do a video. Oh shit! Shut up. I accidentally just clicked on one of the videos. We didn't do a video from the middle of November until December 23rd. And we had this idea for a Christmas spectacular, and we even recorded videos of gameplay. We played the Resident Evil 7 demo.
We wanted this big,
like kind of return to the channel.
Yeah, extravagant event of video games that we're playing. We're playthroughs, skits. A day in the lives.
I just shit my pants, by the way.
A day in the lives.
Oh, fuck, that smells, dude.
A whole bunch of different videos.
Which turned into one single video.
And
that was actually, I mean, it was just kind of...
It was alright.
Well, it wasn't necessarily a video for entertainment as much as it was a video for... It was going to be a video for entertainment, but there was this... I mean, if you watch the video, A Very Llama Bandit Christmas Spectacular, we're going to go see Rogue One, which we still haven't seen.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen because of a charity thing that Ian was late for, so we just decided to go ahead and buy more toys for a charity. And we took them to a children's hospital.
Yeah, children's hospital in Cincinnati, and we gave them to the kids there. And it was a very nice.
It was a nice thing to do, but we were like, we said there was gonna be a Christmas special, so we were just like, well, let's just videotape this, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's what the Christmas special was. And then after that, nothing until the podcast.
Until the first episode.
About another month.
Yeah.
And
but this is gonna happen more often, I believe.
Yeah. So basically, the moral here is YouTube is fucking hard.
Oh, it's hard.
YouTube is.
I don't know how people do it.
It's especially nowadays.
Right.
Nowadays is a much harder.
Well, because there's so many different people out there that already have a following, and nobody feels
the need to find any other small time.
There's nobody else that needs to be found.
Yeah, what's out there is out there, and the nice thing about podcasts, I guess, is we kind of said it in the last video, but me and Ian we just talk.
Yeah.
And with videos, you have to kind of do more for it, and
We can be wild, but
I know I know with YouTube you have to work your ass off to get to the top, which, I mean, we didn't mind doing, but I think we just faced too big of a setback.
yeah, it was too much. The whole thing with Elliot in the first channel really just it destroyed it. It destroyed the our hopes and our dreams of YouTube.
Yeah.
So podcasting though, you know, we can get wild and stuff like in real life and everything. We do a lot of crazy stuff a lot, but it's very much in spurts. And
and it's it's things that almost you can't really capture on camera.
yeah.
It's just,
And if you do, you got to be quick about it. We don't do things on command. And that's kind of what YouTube asks of us, and you know,
it just doesn't work like that.
It doesn't.
But, you know, basically doing podcasting is basically the new form of radio. I think podcasting is taking over
definitely.
Radio.
Definitely.
And stuff like Sirius XM, there's a lot of just talk shows on there as opposed to, you know, music and stuff.
Right.
And so
even if they're on radio, you can go on the internet and find the past episode that you haven't listened to.
And
so it's practically a podcast.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's where we're at.
And we have a lot of stories that we can tell. A lot of the crazy stuff we've done, we can at least explain to you and tell you guys.
Yeah, it's more enjoyable.
I think it is. I think it's a lot more enjoyable to just sit down and talk with you.
It's a lot more relaxing.
Yeah.
YouTube is stressful.
Yeah.
It is hard, and I mean, not to put anybody down. If anybody is listening to this who is aspiring to become a YouTuber, you gotta build up hard. And
I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that can do it, and a lot of people that have a lot the energy and will to do it. But for you and me, it's just a lot of stress, a lot of scheduling, a lot of stuff that we just don't like.
And there will still be videos that'll be made here and there.
Of course.
It's just
as long as we have the time to do them
and the energy to do them,
because we want to put out stuff on a very constant basis, but not too constant. But if
more constant than one video a month.
And this podcast is kind of that for us. It's easy, it's quick to do, and we can just sit down and talk.
Yeah, it's just we've been interested in it for a very long time, and
the videos can come at can be second to the podcast.
Yeah. So that is basically, I guess, kind of the story of how we got here.
Right. So another little about us, I guess.
Yeah.
First episode and second episode about us.
Yeah. To give you a basis of what we're doing and why we're here and why we exist on the internet. So yeah, that was Llama Party episode 2. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, wherever you're watching it, you can leave a like on YouTube. You can subscribe. We might have this on other platforms. I don't know where we're gonna put it up quite yet.
Right.
But you know, thank you for listening. Subscribe, spread the word, obviously, because you know what fun is doing something if you're not gonna get famous for it.
I hope you guys had a good time with us today, or tonight, or whenever it is that you're listening.
So, thank you for joining us again. I've said it like 3 times. I mean it this time.
And
all right.
Do you wanna say the little thing you said last time?
This time. All right. This is Llama Party. Party on, Ian.
Party on, Austin.
All right. Bye, guys.
That's gonna be gone here soon.
I'm torn up and shown up. I'm praying now. I'm older, it's colder. I say it loud. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Yeah, let's run away. Let's turn the lights off and pretend we're some other age. When everything was certain, when ours was like a god and not a man behind a curtain, when all of us had moms that seemed immortal, before our friends were taken, we were taken from them, before we had to learn to cope with limits that we have, before when we believed the sermon spoken by the pastor, before we had to ask ourselves, can we actually make it? When naive was something called imagination, when a dream was something more than ass in Vegas, when sharing something wasn't masturbation. Can you take me back? If I can help you rewind, can we pretend that we're young and alive? Shit, if you're proud of the past, it'd be a hit overnight. Alright.